Hello and welcome back to another episode of Indie Impressions. My name is Nick, and today we're looking at a quirky little anti-gravity related platformer called Defy Gravity. And this is the gauntlet where gravity mancers come to test their mettle and prove themselves. And this is the main menu where all kinds of fun's going to be had. So, first things first, we got to set this up for the Xbox controller. This is our options menu. It's quite simple. There's actually not very much in the way of options in this one, unfortunately. I was hoping for some sort of a, screen setting, make it windowed, whatnot. It doesn't seem to be here. But there's the controls, so you can see it looks fairly complex at first glance until you realize that a lot of this stuff is actually fairly symmetrical. You've got create anti-well and create gravity well on the back two, and then destroy each of those respectively on the front bumpers. And then we've got a gravity shield and gravity, all kinds of gravity. There's a lot of gravity things. Actually, those are both the same on X and B. And then jump on A. So pretty simple. Kind of a cool thing, I thought. You can move the options on the menu around, which is kind of funny. I'm not sure I've seen too many things like that. It reminds me a little bit of Meteos on the DS. One of the cute things I thought about that game was you could slide around all of the main menu, but that was just an excellent puzzle game anyway. So I haven't actually really started a game here. I did go through this door by accident, but I didn't actually move around or anything. This has been on my list for quite a while, and it's taken me far too long to get to it, but the premise is quite cool. So we're pressing A to multi-jump, jetpack reloads in the air so you can jump repeatedly. Okay, cool. So we've essentially got a double jump. And we're going to use our right trigger to fire and land it in that circle there, and then we'll be able to actually pull ourselves up with that gravity well, which is quite cool. Oh, it kind of missed on that one. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling the trigger and holding it. Oh, okay, cool. And then I let it go at the point where I want it to explode. And we've got an anti-well, which we can use to pull ourselves, or rather repel ourselves instead, so we can rocket jump. And mastering these two forms of gravity manipulation, I assume, is going to be at the heart of this platform puzzler. Press or hold X or tap B to activate my shield. Okay, cool. So we can negate the effects of those using that. Seems simple, but simple is good, at least to get started. And we're going to have... what the hell are those? I can't tell what that image is in those. It looks like a bubble or something, but I don't know. Kind of weird. So let's time our jump. So it's a little bit of dexterity and a little bit of thinking here. Gold, and these are enemies? I still can't tell what they are. It looks like an arrow saying to, like, clip a handle into something. I don't know. They're affected by gravity wells, and all things that are gold are affected by them, so that's good to know. I can use that to suck them in. That's probably not how I do... oh, that's gory. Okay, got the point. Don't want to do that to myself. Oh, that's gonna fire them right at me, I guess. I think that's the preferable way to do that. What do these platforms do? Do they fall? They usually do. Yep. Alright, so far so good. It's got an interesting visual style, I guess. It's a little bit bare looking. I mean, I guess the closest thing I would compare it to is something like a Valley Without Wind. I'm not really sure what that reference is. It feels like it's sort of made in Flash or Illustrator or something, like it's sort of like vector art, but it's a little different. I don't know. Maybe you guys know what I'm trying to explain, but I just can't quite find the right words to describe that one for once. His gravity device is sort of strange looking. It reminds me a little bit of a Super Soaker from my childhood years. How do I deal with this situation? I guess I might have to go over it. Repel myself. Can I repel? Oh, yeah, I can do both at once. I can use that to hold myself. That's kind of an interesting... oh, that's not what I meant to do at all. Oh, crap. Alright, well, I almost made it across that one. So I want to hold myself with one, repel myself with the other, so let's do that properly again. First jump is fine to do like this. second one. I can actually not even have to do this. I could actually just hover across these things. I bet I don't even need to use gravity wells. You just do it like this. Pretend they're a bunch of flying Koopa turtles. I would be getting one-ups by this point, most likely. Lovely music playing, I have to give them that. It's not super intrusive, and it's a nice accompaniment. Classy sounding. Oh crap, I'm not high enough. Don't kill me, please. Alright, this should be a very simple puzzle, and I'm making it far too difficult for myself. And use that to get myself pretty far across, and then I can move it. Oh man. Why am I so inept? This seems like a very steep difficulty curve to be going from where I was before to having this much trouble. Although maybe the game proper is extremely difficult. I guess we'll see. I can never make it across this gap. What I could really do is just shoot a blue sphere and then use that to attract myself. Oh, okay. Oh, come on. Seriously? This has not been a good day for this guy. At least the backgrounds are quite pretty too. A nice galaxy image. Very spacey. It probably should be spacey considering we're dealing with gravity. It's a pretty complex thing actually if you think about it. If you've never really put a lot of thought into what goes into calculating stuff like gravity in video games, I mean it's definitely a bit on the complicated side. If you just to put it in perspective, you're playing a pretty simple platformer. Oh, gravity shield stuck on. Control the gold platform with your wells. Don't abandon the platform unless it abandons you. Oh, it might abandon me. Got it. Alright, just needed a little perspective on that, so we'll probably use the gold one to manipulate it around. And hopefully not land in some lasers, because that doesn't sound comfortable. Alright, this is a neat convention. So yeah, what I was talking about before was the idea of gravity in video games. If you think about something simple like a Super Mario World or something where you've got a character who is generally bound to land most of the time, but oh, it abandoned me. That's sad. Yeah, so he's bound to the land most of the time. Occasionally, though, he will also land in some water or something. Oh, that is not what I wanted. And when the water happens, that's actually going to totally change the physics for the... Oh, right, my gravity shield's on. I don't even have that option. But yeah, the water is going to completely change the way all of the elements work as far as velocity and inertia and all that stuff. Okay, this is a little more complicated. And you don't probably think about it that much, but every single thing about the way the game works pretty much changes when you get into water. Your friction versus everything, your ability to jump a certain height. And it definitely is a little bit more complicated to deal with, and I only know from limited experience, so I can't say that I've ever built an engine from the ground up using gravity manipulation or anything, but I do know a little bit that, dealing with water can be very complicated, and it's as simple as you would think as just tagging certain tiles with different properties, but, sometimes it sounds that simple, well, it usually never is. Alright, so it looks like the music has changed. What do we have here? So we've got what looks like the portal gun. I can just use my shield to get through that. Oh yeah, I just realized the correlation we're using blue and orange. Derp. Alright, so I want to use this to launch myself over top. Shouldn't be an issue. Oh, this is gonna be though. Alright, thankfully it came back. Need to jump on one of these guys. Wait until this drops. There we go. Probably should have died there, but I made it through. So I'm happy to say that so far it seems like the level design in this has been definitely up to snuff. I was a little bit worried that a convention like this, because I mean it seems fairly simple, like to get your mind around what you're supposed to be doing, that I was worried maybe it wasn't going to be used as effectively as it may have needed to be, but so far I'm feeling like it pretty much is. Oh, my gun can apparently only fire so many times and so long. So that didn't quite work out. Alright. Up here, how do I get... Okay, one more. Oh, that is not quite right. I gotta keep not holding the button down for so long. Alright, this seems to be locked. I guess I need to proceed in a different direction first. Oh, there's a key right there. Probably could have grabbed that. Or not a key, but a switch, I guess. These are actually also reminding me of the gravity wells from Super Meat Boy. And I do have quite a bit of experience dealing with those. Specifically, I made a mini chapter called Fractal Worlds, which was all about gravity manipulation. And I was just trying to come up with some creative ways to use that idea, and, you know, I think I did okay. Definitely not anywhere near on the same level of cleverness that I've already seen displayed here. Oh, crap, it's a forced movement level. Never a huge fan of those, to be honest with you. Oh, I got an achievement for something. Alright, so far so good. Gotta think on my feet a little bit here. It's funny that I should need to mention Mario again, but Mario is the first thing I could think of that has those forced movement levels all the time. Did experience one of those in Alex's Adventure back on the, like, 3rd episode of this series. But it's not something I run into terribly often. I think a lot of people get pretty frustrated with them. Them in, like, the waterfall log levels. I'm glad that put me there. But it did reset where that laser is, which isn't too great. I do not know what those enemies are supposed to be. Oh, not good at this. I need to figure out how to do this properly. Alright, I think I need to bounce off of this guy somehow. Okay, that'll do. That'll do, pig. Alright, these guys I can manipulate a little bit. Very good, very good. Yeah, you remember those waterfall levels from Mario 2? Those were really annoying. Well, not levels so much, but it was part of 1 or 2 levels, or maybe several. And I never really liked those. Okay, bounce. Aww. I'm glad that part of this is also dexterity, though, because I think this could get a little stale if we followed the sort of typical, a game like Portal sort of conventions. Although Portal did have a little bit of skill and dexterity-based stuff, too. But I think the very root of what Portal was about was mostly to do with ideas more than your ability to execute them, although that was secondary. Although I hope we don't go too heavy on it. Whoa, okay, that was bad. I hope it saves me at that. It did. Alright, the game's been very generous with checkpoints, so I cannot complain about that at all. I really haven't had to use my gravity shield much at all, either. I don't think I have a problem with that, because it seems like a little bit of an unnecessary thing. Unless you're going to be faced with getting through, like, a barrage of stuff that's all different colors or whatever. I wonder why this circle is here. I kind of get that I can push these around. Oh, that's not what I meant to do at all. Go a different way. There. You can go your own way. So I'm going to use this as sort of a shield to push them around so they don't bump into me. Or, maybe, even better, I could just suck them all into the same spot, and then I don't really have to worry about that either. Another thing that sort of reminds me a little bit of Meat Boy, they had those eye chaser thing, well, not the eye chasers, but the, I don't know, they look like purple phantoms or blood clots or something, and they would zoom in after you. Oh, this is chaotic. Gravity shield, no, that didn't work. Not sure how to deal with this very well. I don't really have a lot of control over what they're doing. I guess I could sort of scatter them a little better, maybe. Oh man, it just pushes me right up into them. Alright, you get away. Alright, maybe now I can... Oh, this is just evolving. This is gonna be just me getting lucky getting through this. Why can't I just... Yeah, just hide down here. Pretend this whole thing is not happening. I think that's my best bet. You get out of here. All of you. I think I got it. Okay. That took me way too long to just use the freaking gravity shield. Alright, so we're gonna push a platform around a little bit more. Oh, that's not quite right. Oh no, my platform! Alright, pull it back. No, no. Oh, wow. Why didn't I die? Alright, cancel all of you. Oh, come on. Hey, it moved my platform to a better spot for me. Thank you. Oh, crap. Man, it's a tough life to be an astronaut, or whatever this guy is, a gravity mancer. Pretty much everything kills you in one hit. I mean, I guess that's what mortality's all about. Hey! That is not appropriate at all. Alright, maybe I can actually use that. No, I can't because I have a gravity shield on. What am I talking about? Alright, get over here. Alright, cool. I think we got this now. Just gotta stay away from all of these orbs, and we're good to go. Just keep paddling upstream, like Kevin Bacon in the River Wild. There's a reference for you. Oh man, I just went right into that thing. I was sort of running out of steam anyway. You better not run straight into me again. Alright, up this little hill here. No, wrong thing. Up. Okay. Well, I have to say this game is definitely a bit tricky, but so far I don't feel like it's been unfair at all. And I just didn't quite know exactly what to expect out of this convention. And it seems like so far it's been pretty promising and pretty positive. You still need to get over here. No. That's not right. Okay. No. Okay, good. Got it. Oh, my apologies. This commentary has been a lot of, okay, got it, no, yes, maybe. I don't know what I'm doing here. I need to get around. So I'm thinking there's a pretty good split, like roughly 50-50 dexterity challenges versus puzzle challenges, so I'm pretty happy with that. I think that's probably the best way to go about setting up a challenge like this. Because you do want to take advantage of the fact that it's a 2D platformer, and really the thing they do best is let you flex your dexterity and navigate tricky mazes and puzzles and stuff. And the controls are fine. I mean, I don't have any problems with them. I feel like it's pretty intuitive. I've only been playing this for, what, like 10, 15 minutes, something like that. And I don't feel like I have any problems or any inhibitions keeping me from understanding how to effectively move my character around. The jumping feels all great. I mean, it's not stiff or anything. It all feels fluid. I mean, I guess compared to some games, it's a little stiff, because, like, the sense of velocity when you let go of the character, he slows down kind of funny, but I feel like I got the hang of it right away. I didn't think I would be using so many of the orange ones. I figured the blue ones would be the majority, but oh well. Could probably solve a lot of these using the blue ones as well. Here's a situation I probably want to use a blue one. No, maybe not. I just achieved the Gravity Warrior. I don't know what that means, but I am proud to say that I've done it. That's one thing that achievements always bugged me about. Like, if they're gonna tell you what you achieved, like, if it's not obvious by the name of it, they should really make sure you know what it was that you just did. Oh, that's tricky. Okay, cool. Yeah, I always felt like when it pops an achievement, it should be like, and you did X. Because sometimes the achievements are extremely not obvious at all. Knowing this from, you know, getting hundreds of them on freaking Xbox 360. On Steam, I generally don't really care too much about achievements. They're just sort of something to happen in the background. And occasionally you'll notice you did one and you go, oh, okay, that's cool. And then occasionally I need to obsess over them, like in Binding of Isaac or Meat Boy or what have you. But usually I don't. I was much more rabid about that with 360 for some reason. I think it's the fact that it shows you, like, that little trophy room area of the games you've gotten 100% on. Since I'm a bit of a completionist with regard to things like that, it was very tempting to want to spend lots of time just achieving every possible thing in every possible game. And I'm not even super competitive when it comes to gaming. I mean, I like occasionally to be that way, but as a general rule, I'm like, I could really take it or leave it whether or not I'm winning at something. Oh, come on, that was a terrible time for you to spawn those shuriken. Oh, okay, don't do it again. Alright, we can deal with this. He's gonna do it again right when he gets over me, isn't he? Yeah, well, or I'm just gonna run straight into him, either one. What about, can I use the blue one to suck those shuriken away? Yeah, I can. Oh, okay, that's a way to do it, I guess. Probably want to, yeah. It's funny, like, I get what I'm doing as far as how to control everything, but at the same time, it's a little bit tricky. Why? I can't fire... Oh, I have to touch the ground. I should have known that. Why is it only telling me that now? No, I needed to use a blue one there. I think I got this, though. I got the idea behind it now. Just need to execute. Why is that happening? No, I needed the blue one to be higher than that. Ah, I went to get rid of the blue one, didn't quite work out. No! Ah. You know, it's giving me these guidelines, too, of like where it wants me to shoot what, and I'm just not really feeling it. I sort of want to go the way I want to go. I'm stubborn like that, though. Have I reached the puzzle that is going to beat me? I hope not. It's awfully early yet. I don't know how long this game is, actually. But I have a feeling you could get quite a bit of mileage out of an idea like this. Especially with the nice music in the background, it is tempting to want to play this for quite a while. Alright, maybe I can... Oh man, why can't I live through this? I just keep jumping to my death over and over and over again. I want to just kill the stupid thing. Can you just give me a gun? A little frustrating. Especially because I'm not really in control of my character for most of this. I mean, I am, but at the same time, I'm sort of at the mercy of these portals. Or, not portals, gravity wells. Jeez. Alright, I must beat this one. Yes. Screw you, buddy. I'm out of here. I'm off to Robot Town. Alright, what's down here? More of the same. Okay, wonderful. I think I've said this in a different episode, but I think it should be fairly mandatory that if you're in a position where you're in a platformer and you need to be jumping down to something you can't quite see, take a cue from Spelunky and allow the player to be able to look down. Like, actually see what's below you, because that really does make all the difference when you don't know what you're about to jump into, and it really is only fair. I mean, granted, every developer has the right to develop their game however they want, but I think in terms of usability, nobody's going to be upset with you if you let them do that. It's really just a helpful, nice thing to have. Alright, how do I deal with this? I gotta make this go away. Alright, that's the safest way to do it. Cool. I kind of figured we would reach a point where there was like a story, like an exposition mode, but it seems like these just keep going. I was sort of expecting like, okay, chapter summary, like something happens and some sort of a description, some text or something, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, that was pretty much a failure. I do also like that you can solve the puzzles in a few different ways, like you're not forced to do it exactly the way that the game tells you. I mean, they give you guidelines, which is cool, but they still let you sort of figure your own way around. And, like, I could set these up a little bit better before I start jumping into everything. This is going to kill me up. Those blue ones really have to be up high for them to do much good. I bet if I was really smart, I could probably, like, swing around this whole thing. Really smart and really skilled, and I think I may only be half of each of those at best? I don't know. Alright, cool. That got me up there. Now we've got more circles. I still don't know what those things are. They sort of remind me a little bit of, like, fish larvae or something. So I really can't tell what that picture is inside of it. It might be like an eye and, like, some teeth. I don't know. If you guys can tell, let me know. I feel like I can't, though. Okay, this could be tricky. Oh boy. Cool. Well, way to make some nice jumping looking down at the ground, Spaceman. Let's suck these up. Oh, well, probably should have waited a little longer, huh? You can have all those fish orbs, as long as you let me through. I have a gravity orb shield, and I should probably be using that. Got all kinds of stuff to worry about here. We've got this star thing. Alright, get on here. One more of those. We should be home free, maybe not. Dissipate, jump, nope. There we go. Alright, I think this is probably a pretty good point to wrap up the episode. I think I've given you a little bit above an average, like, amount of length of look at what this particular game is about. And I think it's very, well, it's addictive to a certain degree. There's a part of me that says I don't really want to stop playing this, and I wanted to see where this goes, and if there is any more story or exposition involved, because I'm kind of hoping there is. I'm enjoying it so far, and I think it's definitely worth a look. As always, I will put the link to the game in the description, and you guys feel free to check it out if it looks cool to you, and like I said, I think it looks pretty cool to me. So that'll pretty much wrap us up for the episode. As always, remember to head on over to Indie Impressions' website, which is www.indie-impressions.com, and you can keep up with all of the new posts over there, any news articles, we got forums, I've got a contact sheet for suggestions, all kinds of stuff, and you can join a community that is starting to blossom and meet a bunch of cool people. That's the point anyway for me, to get the word out about indie games, you know, promote discussion, and keep the focus on, you know, artistic vision, inspiration, all that good stuff. That is what really drives me to enjoy these games personally, so I do hope to share some of my inspiration with you guys, and I hope that you are getting that on your end. So feel free to hop on over to the website and let me know if you are getting that, and also feel free to check out the Facebook page, facebook.com/indieimpressions, and the Twitters, which are at RockLeeSmile and at indieimpression, and you can get to all those social media links right from the website as well. So, thank you again for watching. We've got another great episode coming for you tomorrow, so make sure you come back, and we will see you then. Alright, thank you so much. Have a good night. Later.